Hello everybody, welcome back.
Warp
We
drive
are
active.
headed toward our Sansha for today. This is a high-sec Sansha encounter again. If you go to your map, you can see that the Sansha spawn has spawned. In order to find that, you must turn this setting on, where it says Sansha Assault. And then, as you zoom in here, you will get a chance to highlight the star system there. You can see all of these star systems. And we are going to be doing a lot here. I'm hoping I can probably make about a billion-isk or so.
Warp drive active.
That's been the average running amount for my couple of hours of running. We might try to be a little over-enthusiastic today, trying to do like a capital main, but I think I want to stick with the capital raids if I'm going to be solo. Hello, Tapsoid. How you doing tonight?
Warp drive active.
Welcome, welcome. We're about 11 jumps from our first Sansha location, so this will be kind of a packed day, I believe, since it's mostly high-sec. Honestly, I could probably do it right now, I just don't have that great of DPS. If I had, like, full uptime on the Swarm Carrier Defense module, I
Warp
would
drive
be
active.
a lot better off for running mains. But I have noticed, over the course of a while, now that we've been doing Sansha, that raids tend to be left alone, while everybody else runs either mains or the showdown. So raids can be pretty much left alone for the most part. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I don't know what
Warp
your
drive
DPS
active.
is at right now on your telly. Hello, Snoopy. How you doing today? It's pretty low DPS? Okay. Let me turn that off real quick.
Warp drive active.
Alright. I am doing alright. 18K is not bad. It's certainly not gonna solo anything, though. Yeah. I thought that update said it would be fixed, but Cloud did say before this update that it would be next week, so
Warp
maybe
drive
we gotta
active.
wait one more week before it's actually fixed. But in the meantime, we do have a strange interaction with the group reps and the XL module. If you haven't seen any of my posts on the Discord, Eve Discord, or my own... Found incorrect. The XL module here, with its 69.73% remote repair effect,
Warp drive active.
is actually boosting the group armor repairs for my own ship. So instead of me getting 9,855 rep, I am actually getting like 16,000 or 18,000, something like that. It's actually nuts. Yeah, I don't think they fixed anything with the Asteros. The patch notes said they would, but yeah, I don't see anything different.
Warp drive active.
And it certainly doesn't have access to the self-rep yet. So, I don't know. Maybe next week they'll be fixed. This is actually quite a while for them to have, like, a major feature that's bugged. I mean, the addition of these Asteros is a pretty major function. That needs to be accessible for these
Warp
ships.
drive active.
What is nice about the Asteros is that you can equip them to any lightweight ship carrier or first-style assault carrier, and they can actually use them as soon as they get fixed. So we are gonna go with a mix here.
Warp drive
2,
active.
2, and 1. We've pretty much determined that that is kind of the best combination between, DPS and application to smaller targets. Especially in harder content. If you have a Hangar 4, then going 3 Allegiance and 2 Sky Domes is much better choice. But right now I just have the Hangar 3, so I'm gonna go 2 Allegiance, 2 Corax or Sky Dome, either one there, and 1 Minotaur.
Warp drive active.
Got just a couple more jumps. I think they were
Warp drive
supposed to be
active.
able to, but I can't remember what reason they didn't.
Destination reached.
Alright, let's go ahead and head into our first thing here. Like I said, capital raids are the easiest of the
Warp drive active.
capital Sansha anomalies. You're gonna see me do quite a few of them today. Right now, I think my clear time is just a little bit faster than the bounty tick. I just need to pay a little bit more attention to the Ascendant that spawns, so I can loot that pretty quickly. I'm debating whether or not I actually need the 3rd group rep. Typically I don't.
Warp drive active.
If I'm gonna do much harder content, I would rather have the 3rd one.
We're under attack. We're being warp scrambled. We're under attack. We're under attack.
we are always going to focus the fighters first. That's where a majority of the DPS is. If you are
We're
somebody
under attack.
who can handle the DPS, but cannot handle the
We're under attack.
Nosferatus and neutralizers that you find here, then you might want to kill some of the
We're under
sub-capital
attack.
ships to help you out there.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Don't worry about me, that is just a low shield alarm. Okay, that is all of the fighters dealt
We're
with.
being
Let's go ahead and deal with the sub-capitals now. Oh. In fact. Alright, there we go. I am really enjoying my Telemachus. I don't know what it is about just being so comfortable in armor for an armor tank, but it feels so good. Just a minute here. I do wish I had, like, a lunar or something for this, but really the only good loot is going to come from the Ascendant. I am currently putting out, what is that? 35,886 DPS, with a defense profile of 90s, 87, 88, and 83. 7 million EHP. I am wasting quite a bit of fuel here, to be honest. I should probably just save the fuel. So, from what I've found, the Telemachus, depending on how I fly it, will consume about half of its fuel tank over the course of 2 hours. Which is a little bit concerning, but honestly not terrible either.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack. We're being warp scrambled. We're under attack. We're under attack.
We are just gonna focus on fighters.
We're being warp scrambled.
The biggest threat of these fighters is going to be the web
We're
fires,
under
the disruptors, and these assault Templars have
We're
pretty
under
high
attack.
DPS. But you can see here, it's
We're
not even,
under
like,
attack.
making a dent in our armor before we can deal with the next, group repair. With the
We're
XL
under
module
attack.
active, we are, like I said, it doesn't show here, it still shows the
We're under
9,855, but we are receiving something like 16,000. I think you just saw it there for a half a second.
We're under attack.
Yeah, 16,750 something. With the XL module active.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
As soon as we get through these fighters,
We're
which
under
there
attack.
shouldn't be all that many left, we can drop it down to just one group rip. And we'll be just
We're
fine.
being warp scrambled.
Okay, that was all of the
We're being warp
fighters
scrambled.
taken care of. Now the only DPS coming in is from the sub-capitals, which we can certainly outbuild with just one capital group rep. I'm honestly certain I could probably just turn off the XL module as well. But I typically don't want to turn that off until all of the DPS is cleared. Just in case.
We're being warp scrambled.
Should be coming up on the Archon now for the second wave. And I can just turn off the group ref and XL module now, by the way. There is absolutely zero DPS coming in. We are full on armor, so no need to have it on, wasting fuel. This is the ship that I want to approach. It will be this Sansha Lieutenant Colonel Ascendant. Let's see where my stats are. Okay, I'm at 33,000 out of 36,000 for my last rank. That would be really nice if I could get that pretty quickly. For me, doing solo raids, I've been able to get about 1,000 merit per run of a Sansha spawn, which is like 2 hours of grinding usually. Okay, there's my bounty tick there. 117 million. 167 after combinations. Not bad. I'm still pretty slow at killing these Ascendants. I would like to get a little bit faster at that, but in order to do that, I need more skills. And a little bit better fighters. If I could replace the Coraxes with integrated Sky Domes, that's what I'm gonna do. The integrated Sky Domes have like a base DPS of like 330 compared to the allegiances that have 333 DPS base. The Sky Domes also have a much better explosion radius and velocity, but they're much slower on their activation time. They're more similar to the Coraxes. So you'll see the Coraxes have 291 over 22. That is going to be the same for the integrated Sky Domes. And 2 seconds activation time is probably going to be what they're at anyway. You can see these are at 1.89. Hello Riley, how you doing today? We've been doing a lot of number crunching with the Telemachus. It would be kind of hard for you to be able to trade the T1 Naglfar for a Cyan. You'd probably have... have to have like a full fit Naglfar to get close. Let's see what we get out of this. Cool. What was the value of that? 104 million? Most of that is from the Sansha carrier debris.
Warp drive active.
It's not bad, if you can build that. 400 million? I think I'll sell that. Probably for like 300 or 350. Hello, Jenner. How you doing today? I know, you're taking care of Corfy Dude. So,
Warp drive active.
make sure you just rest and relax here. I walked into some guy.
We're under attack.
I do have 5 points of warp disruption
We're under
resistance,
attack.
so I should be able to warp out of here anyway.
Warp drive active.
It's always good to let a person have their raid and not just like hoard everything. That showdown is probably going to attract quite a few people.
Warp drive active.
Now for a bodyguard, huh? Oh, there's James. Off Jane goes. Okay, looks like I need to find a different system. This one's been taken.
Autopilot engaged.
Yeah, Snoopy, you need to send us the stats that you've got.
Warp drive active. Destination reached.
Right, there's still 3 raids in here. One of them, or a couple of them, might be taken. Who knows? Oh yeah, Azim's in here. So, and Crow. So probably 2 of
Warp
those
drive
raids are
active.
taken. If I had to guess. I gotta see that. 15 million HP and 76,000 DPS. Oh man.
Warp drive active.
Oh, there's Encro. No, that's Azim. Funny. So.
Warp drive active.
Yep, I do know Warframe. I played it a long time ago. Back when it actually had a quest line. Pretty much stopped playing when they removed the quests and made it all like daily and weekly stuff.
Warp drive active.
Oh, I don't think we've... Nope. This guy's in here too. Okay, now I have a choice. Do I keep searching for a system that might be empty, so I can do another raid? Or do I try to solo like a main?
Autopilot engaged.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of us are some level of loot goblin. That's why we
Warp
like those
drive
kind of
active.
games. Ten people in this next system. I think most of those are going to be running Showdown, if I had to guess.
Destination reached.
Wow, almost all the raids are gone. Dang. I might have to see if I can survive a capital main by myself. I should be fine, but... You know, I'd rather not risk it if I
Warp
don't
drive
have
active.
to. Yep, that one's taken. And they just walked over to the other one, so... yeah, this is the experience here of Sansha Capitals.
Autopilot engaged.
If you want to do a raid, you sometimes need to fight with every person on the server.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, the Telemachus is such a good ship. I enjoy it a lot.
Destination reached.
Looks like we might have a chance here. Not much of one, but we might have a chance.
Warp drive active.
Riley, don't worry so much about IP when you're in high sec. As long as you're flying with the fleet, you're going to be fine. And especially so if you're never going to take it out of high sec. Yeah, I think I'm at 133,000 IP. Let me...
Warp drive active.
There we are. All this in here. Pretty much all of the raids have been taken, it seems. Which only leaves the
Warp
mains.
drive active.
I do have a lot of healing, so I should be fine in a main, other than maybe some of the DPS that would be required. Right now, 35,000 DPS is kinda rough.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have 16,000 more healing than what you did for a cycle. Oh good, I found an empty. Oh no, never mind. Right. What do I remain? Yeah, I think the ship is really good for Sansha.
Warp drive active.
Especially so because it functions well without capacitor. But it is very expensive and very skill intensive. I'm sure this is going to go very interestingly.
Warp drive active.
I pretty much know that when I land, I'm gonna have to turn on the XL module. I'm gonna have to turn on my reps.
We're under attack.
Okay.
We're being warp scrambled.
I'm gonna go
We're being warp scrambled.
with less DPS. Nah, I'm just gonna turn them on.
We're under attack. Shield damaged. We're being warp scrambled.
I
We're
pretty much
being
need to
warp
focus
scrambled.
these lightweight succubus first.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, tank is fine.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
We're just cycling through. Doing our best. Okay, it looks like we may have found the end of the lightweight succubus, which means we can warp out when we need to.
We're under attack.
Yeah,
We're under
I think
attack.
there's really a choice to be made. Lucent Moon is still extraordinarily good for pretty much everything in high
We're
sec.
under attack.
But I think the Telemachus, once it gets access to a nanophore, and they
We're
fix
under
the couple
attack.
of bugs with the Asteros, you're gonna find that the Telemachus will be able to do things that
We're under
the
attack.
Lucent Moon could only dream of. In fact, actually, Jinner,
We're under attack.
I think if you run the Lucent Moon armor fit, you should be able to
We're
do the
under
same
attack.
setup as the Telemachus, except for your group armor reps will be a smaller size.
We're under attack. We're
I would be
under
very
attack.
interested to see if, like, if the armor Lucent could actually
We're under attack.
do what we're trying to
We're
do.
under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, those Ratu and neutralizers are not too bad here right now, but I know Wave 2 is
We're
gonna be a
under
lot
attack.
worse. So I am pretty
We're
reliant
under attack.
on having fuel. But I do know I can go about 2 hours running fuel about as hard as I
We're
can.
under attack. We're under attack.
Lots of little
We're
fighters
under
to kill.
attack.
I'm with my court in fleet, but
We're
I'm alone
under
here in
attack.
this main. I'm gonna try to solo the main.
We're under attack. 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 We're under attack.
Looks like we're slowly getting to the end of the fighters here. That is not too bad.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
I would feel a lot better with this if I had a Minotaur. Either Star Melody or Star Break would feel really good on this ship. I don't think Star
We're
Break
under
nearly
attack.
as much, unless you're doing like a showdown. But Star Melody would really help clear out these fighters. Yes. Yeah, I think Lucent Moon is still just a really great ship. Telemachus is going to eventually be a little bit better. But for the cost of it, you're so much a better choice with Lucent Moon.
We're under attack.
Looks like we're just down to what fighters are left in one Archon.
We're being warp scrambled.
It looks like that is the last
We're
fighter.
being warp scrambled.
So I'm gonna turn off 2 of these group reps. We're gonna keep the XL module on though.
We're being warp scrambled.
Yeah, shield refactoring or armor refactoring, both are very good. Just be careful not to choose the other armor one, which was for the Logi. But with the way that the Tele is performing right now, for tanking this, I would probably go with armor. Since it feels pretty good. Just gotta clear out these last couple of ships and then we can turn off these DPS modules. Or not DPS, these tank modules so I can save some fuel. Now, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to solo kill a Minotaur. That's a whole nother problem. Yes, the Swarm Carrier Defense can do infinite cycle, but it requires a lot of skills, and also needs the endurance upgrade. So yeah, this general unit you will need. let's see if we can actually kill this thing. I'm gonna have to swap these out for a little bit higher DPS. Without the swarm, I don't think I can. I can't tell if I'm making any progress on this. It doesn't feel like it. Oh, I'm making a small amount of progress. It's not much. You can see I'm just barely making any progress. Unfortunately, I'm gonna lose that progress as soon as I have to recycle this module, so we might be better off just going and killing all of the Archons. And there goes the shield extender, plus the healing. Yeah, I'm not killing a Minotaur like that. Okay. That was a good test of DPS on the Minotaur, just... I don't have it for that ship. I can do seemingly everything else. Minotaurs, no. Yep, I am solo right now. Jin, if you would like to, if you would like to help me clear the Minotaurs and then you can warp off, so we can get to the next wave. Yeah, one Telemachus can. Yeah, I'm using, missile one, so it's unfortunately across the board. So you can see here, this is thermal and explosive. These are across the board, EM, thermal. No, I don't need you right now, but if you would, when you're done defanging or something, maybe you could clear out this, Minotaurus. Just so I can get to the next wave and test if I can survive the next wave. Alright. I can seemingly do everything else, it's just the Minotaurs that are giving me a trouble at this point. Yeah, I can DPS the Sansha Lieutenant. It is literally only the Minotaurs. Which is crazy. They really are the DPS test of being able to solo. You know, I really thought the Minotaurs would not be this much of a problem, but the combination between the extender plus their reps is kind of difficult to deal with. I feel like you're gonna need something like 44,000 DPS. Yeah, do more is not necessarily a true statement. A perfect example of that I don't know. I will decide that when I get there. If I get down to like 40% armor, 30% armor, I might consider dropping out. But I don't think I'll get that low, to be honest. Not bad, 115 million. Okay, I guess the whole corp is coming.
Fleet collecting fire.
Yeah, I'm taking out this Ascendant first. Another problem that we have here is that this Ascendant was not a bubble Ascendant, or Shield Field Ascendant. So, maybe like second wave where there's a couple of bubble Ascendants, it'll be much worse. But my main goal here is just to test whether or not I can actually survive the next wave solo. But I'm gonna help out with this, lieutenant. Our caster is climbing back up pretty well. We're at 67% caster now. Oh, I feel that, L3 ring. I3 ring. I absolutely feel that. I have so many hangers. Most of them I've consolidated to just Gina, but there's still a few of them hanging around out there. Every time. There we go. There's Encro. I'm gonna get my modules up and running for the next wave. Make sure I've got them properly spaced out. Okay, they are properly spaced out now. One every 10 seconds, giving me 16,000 rep. There it goes. Now I should be clear for the next wave. And then Jitter, you'll be on standby. Because I'd rather you come in as the help since you've got pretty much double healing for me. And an armor module. Let me just make sure I have enough fuel. I've gone through about 1 million fuel so far today. And we're gonna do the same process. We're gonna clear
Enemy
the
ships
Ascendant
detected.
stuff.
We're under attack. We're being warp scrambled. We're being warp scrambled. Shield damaged.
Alright. Let's clear these
We're
fighters.
under attack.
I will not be looking at my health
We're under attack.
as much as I probably should.
We're under attack. We're being warp scrambled.
Now, as you all know, I like to build very defensively. I like to build
We're
where
under
if
attack.
worst case scenarios happen, I'll be able to handle
We're
probably
under
like the
attack.
top end of DPS that's coming in. That is why you see me running 3 group armor reps. For this scenario that we will probably experience here. But it doesn't seem like we're gonna have
We're
that
being
bad of a
warp
time,
scrambled.
just judging by current health standards. We're at about 98% armor, having
We're being warp
not a
scrambled.
very hard time killing everything, so I think we'll be more than fine. Okay, I guess we are on to the normal Assault Templars. Which means we are only locked down by a Disruptor and a Scrambler. Both of these I should probably lock
We're
so I can
under
get rid of
attack.
them in case I need to leave for any reason.
We're under attack.
Awesome.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're We're under attack.
Yeah, I think with this amount of healing, and if we had
We're
Star
under attack.
Break, we could probably solo a showdown with this setup.
We're under attack.
I think we're right there.
We're
All we
under
need is a
attack.
Minotaur to give us Star Break, and I think we'll be there.
We're under attack.
The hardest part about the
We're
showdown
under
would be
attack.
having no capacitor at all. So your DPS is
We're
going to
under
suffer the
attack.
most in that scenario.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
We're having to fight against the Ascendant's bubble a little bit with
We're
these
under
fighters,
attack.
but that is okay.
We're under attack.
That's probably the next thing I'll go after I take out the fighters and the smaller ships, is I'll go after the Ascendant with the shielded
We're under
field
attack.
module. Yeah, I'm really enjoying how
We're
well this
under
ship is
attack.
handling. This is incredible.
We're under attack.
I know this is something a Lucid Moon can do as well,
We're under attack.
but
We're under attack.
this thing has so much potential behind
We're
it.
under attack.
Best lightweight ships. In this scenario, I would go
We're
for
under
the
attack.
Coercers, the, Amar
We're
Destroyers.
under attack. We're under attack.
See if I can pull them up here.
We're under attack.
It would be these kind of guys. So is there a better Coercer in here?
We're under attack.
Yeah. These kind of ships would do extremely well for Sansha.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, it's
We're
very
under
possible that
attack.
this could be our last bicep capital. But theoretically, we still have some sort of Concord capital.
We're under attack.
And if I had to guess, that would be a Dreadnought. I can only see
We're
Concord
under
having a
attack.
Dreadnought. I don't see them having a carrier.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, everything just feels fine here. We're only at about 55% capacitor now.
We're under attack.
And we still got a long way to go.
We're under attack.
Remember, we started this wave at 67% capacitor. So the Tele with
We're
its...
under attack.
Let's see if I can pull it up here. Locks. The Tele with its 25% capacitor warfare resistance is very, very, very good for this. And 5 warp stability to keep it safe.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yeah, I mean, it could be really good as a assault carrier for Concord, but I really do think that Concord would be so much better off with a
We're under attack.
Dreadnought, because every single one of their ships has no drones.
We're under attack.
It would only make sense to stay in line with the faction itself.
We're under attack.
Oh, accidentally turned off one of my DPS modules. That's okay. What am I at with one of these off? 31? That's like nothing. Four normally. That's pretty good, actually. I am really interested in seeing if they drop the Tech 3 battleships on us at some point in the near future. We're now down to about 47% capacitor. Ooh, look at that bounty tick. 154 million, which we have just turned into 204 million for one 20-minute session. So I know I cannot kill the Minotaurs, but I can kill everything else. Like I said, I think lore-wise it would make a lot more sense if Concord had a Dreadnought. Right, so I need to figure out which Sansha ship that is. Okay, we've got it. That will be the one we kill next. Okay, we're going to swap back over to the Allegiances as soon as these ships get back to me. And we'll go ahead and take out this shield module on the Sansha Lieutenant. Could be tough, but I think we do have enough DPS to deal with him. Yeah. Okay, so we've lost a little bit of our DPS here. We're now at 31,000, so we'll see how that handles on the Sansha Lieutenant. Looks like we're still just enough DPS to keep him kind of where he's at. Maybe even beat that shield repair a little bit. We are right back to it. So at this point there is actually no DPS incoming, so I can just turn off all of these modules, and it won't matter. So what I've learned from this test so far is that I can replace our main tank for days where they are not available. Recommended DPS for soloing a main more than 37,000 DPS. I think it's probably like 40 or 41, if I had to guess. With my setup. If you went with the coercers, you could probably do it at about 38 or 39 for DPS. And I would really like to try that at some point, but I need to skill into small lasers. I don't think I have any more skills that I can reset, unfortunately. Everything is being used by the ships that I fly. Yeah, I'm pretty much out of luck. Although, to be fair, I haven't had to use my mining foreman in a while. Yeah, they probably should have given Shanghai at least one more fighter tube. At least to distinguish it as a better ship from the Cyan. There's a couple of things that Shanghai has that makes Cyan a worse ship, but by comparison, but it really, really would have liked that fourth fighter tube if they had given it. We've gotten rid of the shield field module on the Sansha Lieutenant. The way we do that is by dropping him down to 20% shield, and then it will drop the module. Like, actively. Not that it will drop it as loot, but it will drop the shield field module from being active. Yes, Shanghai can do a Sansha main. It is very capable of it. It takes a lot to do, though. Like, Azim being at 38 puts him pretty close, but I don't know if he's an active fit or a passive fit. Okay, so you're an active fit? I wonder how your capacitor would hold out. I'd say go Lucent Moon. If you've got the skills already for a versatile assault carrier, you might as well go for Lucent Moon. Capacitor is your fade in the Shanghai? Yeah, so you may not be able to do it if you're having that much trouble with capacitor. This is one of those ships, the Telemachus is one of the ships that makes things look a lot easier than they actually are. So, for those of you who are watching and thinking that you can do this with your ship, please remember that this ship is completely set up to run without capacitor need. Which is incredible on its own. My healing is definitely a bit overkill for this. But I have always preferred safety over speed when it comes to clearing any kind of encounter in this game. You never know what kind of glitch you're going to come across, whether it be internet issues or netties, questionable netcode. So I've always fit for more tanks than I actually need. And that's why this ship works so well for me. it does exactly what I need. After we killed that Ascendant, we're actually gaining capacitor again. We're back up to 56%. See what we get here. Some metal scraps. Awesome. Oh. Oh, thank you, Farron. I appreciate that. I'm very much enjoying how his ship has gone. I'm very happy with my setup. Like I said, I do wish I would put on like a salvager or something, but even then, I mean, it's not that important. I fly mostly with the Corp anyway. So I'd rather be able to keep them alive as well. So we're going to be a little bit short if we get a big module, a capital module. Oh, you're heading back to Gina, Jin? Okay. I've still got 3 more Minotaurs to clear out, so I might have to call the fort for that. No good loot, unfortunately, but it's at least something. Best loot we got was the blueprint for the capital fighter bay optimization, which currently sits on the market at 400 million. Although, if we do build it, the rig itself is worth 2.1 billion. So I might have to consider what I do there. Yeah, of course. Can always use it. We got a lot of stuff to clear here. Yes, you can bring it, and you can help me kill these three Minotaurs. Jano should be here in just a moment. Meanwhile, I will be trying to take out the last of the Archons. So I have gone through 1.6 million gigajoules of fuel today. Not too bad. I don't think we've made a whole lot today. Let's see here. Okay, so we started today at 5.9 billion. We are now at 6.4, 6.5 pretty much. Yep, this is my first, I don't know about which one I'm in, because mine's all kind of messed up here. I guess it's the second main? But you can also just warp to me in the fleet. These Minotaurs don't seem to have a shield extender, so maybe I'll be able to kill them? I don't really know. I still think my DPS is too low. Yep, I would consider this a very successful test. So to give you an idea, Jitter here has, what, 57,000 DPS? 53,000 DPS? What was that? That number you had. And it is taking him this long to get through a Minotaur. So I do not think that I could solo kill any of the Minotaurs. Yeah, he's at 57,000 DPS. So unfortunately, I still have a long way to go before I can actually do something about the Minotaurs. Yeah, coercers are gonna be so important for me in the future. I really do think that I need to skill into small lasers, so that way I can swap to coercers and destroyers, to kill these Minotaurs. Focus pretty heavily on their weakest resistance, which is EM and thermal. It will be very important. And I don't think it'll be that hard or that long for me to skill 555 for the small lasers either. It's probably like a month. Thank you for the follow raid. I appreciate it. I guess I missed you about an hour ago. I'm really bad at, paying attention to that. Yeah, I think when the update dropped, it, bugged. one last Minotaur left. We are back up at 96% shield. Full health. Which is very, very nice. And I really do think that this ship will eventually be able to solo a showdown. It has potential. We need to see what its main nanocore is gonna be. And then we need to integrate it with Starbreak to keep us alive. That's all we need. It depends. I think it's like 1 or 2 ticks to kill the, I can't remember the name of them off the top of my head. The succubus. And then it's like 4 for the elite, for the, other ones, the Templars. Alright. So with that, we have technically done my first solo main. I did have to ask for a little bit of help to kill the Minotaurs, but I did everything else in terms of tank and killing all the other ships by myself. So I'm very happy with that. That means in the future, I can do Sansha and help the court go through mains without Jinner having to be there. And we can feel okay about it. No, we're becoming redundant. We have backup systems, Jinner. At some point, we might be running 2 fleets for both mains and system. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me on this little adventure and test. I wanted to see what the Tele was capable of
Warp drive active.
in my current fit. And it's still got a little ways to go. Next week we should have an update for the Asteros, so they'll be able to help, with repairs. And then, yeah, the nanocore should be sometime in the future as well. The devs have already talked about a little bit about an event coming that will include the Telemachus and Antelos nanocore. So hopefully that will be sooner rather than later, but at the very least it will be after mid-April? After mid-May. So it's gonna be a while, but until then, we will keep working on the Telemachus. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next one.
Warp drive
Take care,
active.
and be safe.